Yeah,
that prominent when
when Family Guy came out.
yeah, like
Yeah,
you think so?
yeah.
I think desktops would have been more prominent.
Family Guy aired
Not a bunch of laptops. Laptops were like
1999.
yeah, laptops weren't that like used back then. I think were they? All right, so my logic is wrong. Okay, so I'm gonna go with um. Obviously, it's a show that was made by a lot of people. So
Well, you know, there's at least two.
yeah,
Yeah, because in the question, there's one guy talking to the other.
Rick and Morty is just one guy. I know, right? That does it.
That's Dan Harmon and one other guy.
Oh, you gave it away. All right, it's Rick and Morty.
And the answer is Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
You tricked me. All right, yeah.
I used my.
Yeah, it is
powers.
Rick and Morty.
All right, got it.
So I pulled this up.
So it had to be. It was either according to my logic, which you said it didn't make sense, but I don't think people wrote in laptops like that, like back then, like for creative reasons like that.
Well, you know,
On your
you
floor.
said first right away. You said South Park, and here's the interesting thing about South Park
Right.
that I saw in the documentary. It takes them a week to write an episode.
Oh yeah,
And what makes it interesting is they're one of the few shows that can be topical.
yeah, because I saw the documentary too. Yeah, they do it as like they finish the day before it airs, and if something happened within that time frame, they'll add it in there.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why you can have something that just happened recently, and they're going to have it in the episode, and you're like, well, how the hell?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so the guy, I think it's Trey Parker
Trey Parker.
or Matt Stone. I don't remember which one is which, but I think it's Trey Parker. He sits down, he writes it. It's like the first 3 days he writes it, and then they have a collaboration.
Right.
And
throw
then
jokes in there and stuff.
Right. And then I didn't know Bill Hader. He gets involved in that too.
Yeah, I've seen it.
He's the
I've
guy
seen
from SNL.
Yeah. I've seen the documentary. I saw him in there.
And then the animators have a few days to get everything done.
Yeah, and they have the big crunch. Like I remember, they were all stressing out to get
Yeah.
everything done.
Can't imagine living like that.
Yeah, I know. They were all like having nervous breakdowns every time. You know?
Yeah. So the show could be really good and really funny, and then other times it's just
Yeah, it's,
crap.
Yeah,
Right.
it's South Park. I think it was before Rick and Morty, BoJack Horseman.
Mhm.
I think South Park, as dumb as it is, it had like really deep meaning sometimes and really deep themes.
Yeah.
There's one episode I love of South Park where where they have a Mormon episode. You ever see that one? And there's
The
like
dum
dum, right? And but the whole time you're like laughing along with them, haha, it's so dumb. But at the end, they make you feel like an ass for laughing about it. You know, like it's like, hey, these people are trying to live their happy life, and you're over here
Give them a hard time.
Give them a hard time about it.
Yeah.
What if they don't hurt anybody? What's your problem, right? But
Right.
I mean, there's more to it than that. But there's still there's these like deep.
There
kinda-
is intelligence to the
yes,
show.
Yes,
If you're just someone watching from the outside and you look at a snippet, you go, "Oh, this is stupid."
right?
But if you look at it and you're watching it, like, that's pretty good.
Right, there's always some moral story. Like I think there's even one where he goes, "So what's the moral of the story?" Like, oh, there is no one. Not on this one.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I did want to. I had this thing about Rick and Morty when I was reading about different facts. I read this snippet and I wanted to talk about it and get your opinion on it.
Go for it.
So it says creators Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland, those are the two creators who sat on the laptops for 6 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. They've stated that they conceived a backstory for Rick with no intentions of ever revealing it because they are of the opinion that too many shows jump the shark by revealing too many details.
Right.
However, they had admitted to putting in clues to one of Rick's dark secrets since the beginning and later confirmed that a fan had correctly guessed the secret in an online forum. By process of elimination, fans have been able to narrow it down to 4 fan theories. So I'm going to give you the 4 fan theories. We're going to figure out which one we think it is.
Okay.
All right, 1. Rick is aware that he's a fictional character. 2. Rick's constant drinking isn't alcoholism. He is drinking an extract that keeps him super intelligent. 3. Rick is actually an aged Morty who traveled back in time. Or 4. Rick's original Morty is dead and has been replaced by a copy from a parallel dimension.
Wow. Because I know that's part of the show. I've seen a couple episodes about the multiple Mortys.
Right.
So that would make kind of sense.
No, there was an episode where there was a Morty that died.
Uh-huh.
And they had to bury, like Morty had to bury himself and Rick had to bury himself.
Right.
But
And there's a million Mortys from different parallel universes.
right, but is this
his Morty?
His Morty. That's a good one, and
I think
there's two that I'm leaning towards.
That is one that's pretty good because he definitely has. Oh, I love this one. The one episode where the alien's trying to torture him in his mind, and he like has his whole spiel about being the cause of his family's demise. Like his like.
Is this the first season opener?
Yeah.
And that's where yes.
Yeah, so that one was really dark, like little pieces of it, because I think I forget exactly how it goes, but he was the cause of his wife's death or something like that.
Yeah,
and so there's something really dark about Rick. Like that would be it. I mean, I think that's a pretty good one. It goes along with what the whole parallel Rick theory.
Yeah,
and I think the other one that he's. What was the first one?
So he's aware he's a fictional character.
I don't know. That's Deadpool. That's Deadpool kind of stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't really go for that one.
No.
And the drinking is not alcoholism. I don't really buy that one.
No, because he's acting drunk and he talks about being drunk the whole time.
Right.
Like when he got drunk and killed all the Avengers.
Oh yeah, that's a great episode too.
Yeah,
that's the episode that Morty. He idolizes these Avenger-like people, and then so Rick brings him to this like horrible place.
Right. Like he becomes like a supervillain when he's drunk or something.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but the travel back in time one, that's a possibility.
Which one was that one? Travel?
No. So number 3 was Rick is actually an aged Morty who traveled back in time.
No.
Yeah.
Because no, hey, such different personalities.
Yeah, because then I guess because Rick's the woman's
she's dad,
father,
yeah,
right?
And
Rick's
his grandpa,
right? And Morty is the son. So how would that be possible?
No,
That'd be weird.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. All right, I take that one off the
I
show.
think his Morty died.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. That's the only one I really care for.
All right. So if they ever reveal it, we have it now on the podcast.
Oh, you don't have the answer?
No, there's no answer.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you had the answer.
Yeah.
All right.
So stew on that for a while.
All right. I think that's what it is. So he says one of them. Those are it. One of those is it.
Well, they've narrowed it down. They didn't confirm, but fans have narrowed it down to they think it's one of those 4.
It's got to be the Morty thing.
The one where he's been copied from another dimension.
Yeah.
It's very plausible.
Yeah, that's the one.
It's come up like
no, guys.
times.
I know it is. That's the one.
Okay.
So,
sounds good.
Believe that.
All right. So speaking of Rick and Morty, did you ever see they had taken this court case? It was State of Georgia versus Rick Allen. Did you ever see that? It was like a short that they did.
No, I've never seen it.
Yeah, well, it was a little black and white thing, and then they went later on and they put it into color. But the guys got the transcript from a real court case.
Oh, okay.
And it was this interaction between a judge and this guy Rick Allen.
Okay. And
this guy Rick Allen, he went ballistic, and he got the judge so riled up that I don't think the judge got fired, but I think he got into some serious trouble for not controlling this guy Rick Allen.
Oh, okay.
And you got to watch this. And
Okay.
out there, go on YouTube, Judge Morty, State of Georgia versus Rick Allen.
Okay, let me see it.
All right, we're gonna pause. He's gonna watch it, and we're gonna talk about it. We'll be right back. Rico and I are having a great time making this podcast,
and we want to keep doing this.
So please subscribe to our channel,
get the word out,
and let others know about us.
And now back to our show.
All right, so we're back. You just watched this.
Oh my god! I don't know if it was kind of it was fun and hard to get through.
So it starts off, and it's very legal in a way because the judge is explaining to Rick Allen about the legal system, and then it changes to some vulgarity, and then it goes into absurdity.
Yeah, no, I don't.
How can that
be real? Like.
This is a real transcript that he's
transcript. Yeah.
So
oh my gosh.
My favorite line I wrote it down when we were watching it is, "This guy wants me to eat his ass for a bag of coffee." All right, so
this is kangaroo court.
We're not in Australia.
I can believe an inmate doing all that. I just couldn't believe
the judge
just letting it go on for so long and.
He lost. He never got control of the situation.
No, but like he even went into the situation. Like he started saying inappropriate things.
Okay, so I looked this up about what happened, and
Okay.
It says Superior Court Judge Bryant Durham was publicly admonished for violating the canons of ethics for judges when he told defendant Denver Fenton, which is Rick Allen, he looked like a queer, and then challenged Alan to masturbate in front of him in open court.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, go ahead. Go do it right now.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So that, I think, if I remember correctly, I watched that video first.
Right.
And then I watched the actual show, Rick and Morty. That's when I realized I need to watch Rick and Morty.
Oh, yeah, no, that was amazing.
Yeah, you had to watch it. And
yeah, you gotta go back and watch it. It's. I don't know if you'll make it through the whole thing.
Well,
but it was it's worth it.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to make you watch it.
Yeah, no, I'm glad I watched it. I love Rick and Morty, so it was.
Yeah. All right. So
not so much. It's like I love Rick and Morty. Not so much. It's fans. Like a lot of the hardcore fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, the like really annoying fans. You know, I'm a fan, but
everybody's entitled to appreciate the show how they want to. If they want to go around and scream the
not in my face. So.
Do you have it happen? Has it happened?
Yeah, well,
to you?
like it's just like in an annoying manner where it's like this is a public space, not a
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, let's talk about the screaming thing. I started noticed in cartoons that the characters started yelling a lot, especially if you watch Archer. I love Archer.
Right, I love Archer. It's one of my favorites, but they yell the whole time.
They're yelling at everybody the whole time.
Yeah, I remember I was watching it, and I think my ex at the time, she was like, all I hear is yelling, because she's not watching it. So when you're watching it, you don't notice it, but if you're not watching the show, all you hear is like loud screaming and yelling at each other,
And then you look at Bob's Burgers.
Right.
They're yelling at each other the whole time.
Yeah. Well,
which, by the way, I put those two together because H. John Benjamin voices both Bob and Archer.
Right.
Did you watch the crossover episode?
Did I watch the crossover episode? I dressed up as Archer's Burgers for Halloween.
What?
Yeah, you don't remember that?
No.
You weren't there? Yeah, I dressed up as Archer as Bob.
Okay.
So I had like blood splatters on and I thought nobody would get it, but a bunch of people got it. They're like, "Oh, Archer's Burgers."
That's
like,
awesome.
And I played a show that night. It was at O'Malley's, and it was a Halloween show
that was my show. That was my Dirty Sonic finale show with Coco Sante.
Yes,
and,
that's it. You were there. I know you were there. Yeah.
Yeah, Zoo Peculiar.
Yeah, those guys are awesome. Yeah.
I
like them.
I dressed up as Draco Malfoy from
That's right.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, you were Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. So that a lot of yelling in shows and is a big thing, and I like it. I like these shows, but sometimes it's really hard to go through them because
they're
getting
so
yelled
loud.
at the whole time.
Yeah.
Just recently, I watched on Netflix a show called Paradise PD.
Right.
And unlike Family Guy, well, not Family Guy, but South Park and some of these other shows, BoJack Horseman, where it has intelligence, this one has zero intelligence at all. Like, this is like...
Which one is it?
It's called Paradise PD. And it's...
Oh, it's supposed to be like an Archer-looking alike, right?
Well, there's another show that the guys did called Brickleberry. I think it was on Comedy Central.
Oh, yeah, that's from that comedian. Brickleberry's by...
Tosh. Daniel Tosh was in that one.
Yeah.
Well, in this one, there's a police station in some small little town, and the main character, his dad, is a police officer, and he really wants to be a police officer, and it's everyone's officers, and they go around trying to fight crime, but they're all morons, and
okay, kind of like Reno 911.
Yeah, kind of like that, like a cartoon version.
Okay.
And I mean, if you don't shut your brain off and just be entertained. I mean, don't expect that you're going to walk away with something brilliant. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's another one to watch.
I'll check it out.
It is interesting, like how Brickleberry goes into Paradise PD. You have shows like Family Guy, and which I was another one where I watched it. I didn't like it, and then I went back later on, realized how good of a show it is. Then I started watching American Dad, and I really like that one.
I never got into American Dad. Oh, I've heard it's good. I just never saw it.
Yeah.
Did you you like Futurama? Futurama was fun.
I did. Futurama was great. And then when they got canceled the last time, and then they moved over to Comedy Central.
Right.
The story, the characters changed. The whole writing changed for me.
I don't think I saw it after. Yeah.
Yeah. The comedy of it changed a lot. Like the science and the sci-fi aspect of Futurama in the beginning was brilliant.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it was like this weird comedy that I still watched it.
Right.
Here's a sad thing. I watched that show on Netflix, and I binged it and I would watch it.